I am a proud resident of the District of Columbia, Ward 1. That's right, DC, stand up. That's right. I have the pleasure of walking every single day to a grocery store, a dry cleaner, a post office, a bank, on a date with my husband in a beautiful park. DC is one of the most walkable cities in the country, and that is not by accident. At the intersection of health, of transit, of policy, there are dedicated and committed leaders who are moving our cities forward, who understand that we won't have any future if it's not a walkable future. And I am super proud that my mayor, Washington, D.C. Mayor Gray, right here today is here to talk to you about DC and walkability and what we're doing and how you can learn from him and what DC is doing in your cities and how DC is preparing to take over Portland as the most walkable city in the country. It's happening, it's going to happen.
Well, let the church say amen. Good morning. I'm absolutely delighted to be here and to see so many people out early in the morning. We welcome you to the District of Columbia and the 2013 Walking Summit. I want to thank Vanessa. I want to thank Kaiser Permanente, and I want to thank everybody Walks, the collaborative, for all of your leadership in advancing the importance of walking and walkability in our cities. You've come to Washington at a unique time. You see, we make the distinction at times that there's Washington and there's DC. Washington is shut down. DC is open for business, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I hope that you all will take the message back about our city. Lots of people don't understand that we actually raise our own money to be able to run this city. Lots of people think that we are supported by the federal government. But in point of fact, we have 632,000 people who live in this city, all of whom, or most of whom, we love to see walking, you know, assuming they have the capacity to do that. But 632,000 people who raise over $6 billion a year through income taxes, property taxes, and sales taxes to be able to support this city. Not only are we not funded by the federal government, but we actually contribute through our own federal taxes $3.5 to $4 billion a year to be able to support the federal government. And not to make this unnecessarily protracted, but we, in fact, were almost caught in this. We were supposed to close down as well, even though there's absolutely no reason for that. So, in any event, despite the fact of the federal government not being open for the foreseeable future, I hope that you will actually enjoy your time here in the District of Columbia. At the current rate, in 20 years, we will have 850,000 people or more living in the District of Columbia, which will be the largest population that we've ever had in this city. Walk Score gives our city a rating of 73, but a number of our neighborhoods actually have much higher scores. DuPont Circle, which I suspect you probably have some familiarity with, has a score of 98, and Penn Quarter, right here where we are, has a score of 96, both of which we are proud. And we think walkability is also an important quality for the economic vitality of our communities. Neighborhoods in the district with the greatest walkable access to jobs, retail, services, entertainment, and other amenities actually are the neighborhoods in the biggest demand in the city at present. Walkability is important not only for our livability and economic vibrancy, but also for our sustainability. Some of you may be familiar with the Sustainable DC plan that we released just earlier this year after working for I don't know, working probably close to 2 years on getting to that point. We developed a vision statement that was contributed to by literally hundreds of people, and then moved to a fully developed plan that has 32 goals and has 143 initiatives to be achieved over the next 20 years. And much of it is steeped in not only sustainability, but also the role of mobility and especially walking in it. It was a broad collaboration that developed the plan, and one of the goals is to expand safe and secure infrastructure for pedestrians and cyclists, with a target of increasing biking and walking to 25% of all commuter trips by the year of 2032. Another important target is 75% of all commutes to be taken by modes other than car, and I suspect that is probably a goal of this group as well. In any event, we are moving in the right direction, I think. Some of our neighborhoods already report a much higher walk or bike concentration, like Logan Circle, where a 2012 survey found 44% of the residents commute now by walking or by biking, and we expect that to increase. And also, interestingly enough, in 2012, we had the lowest number, it was an all-time low, in pedestrian fatalities, and I know that is a concern of people who are out walking. Again, we think by making investments to support walkability, and we already have, by the way, you'll see as you get around the city, the number of pedestrian countdown traffic signals that we have. And through our Department of Transportation, we're paying a lot of attention to that. We have what we call leading pedestrian intervals at 84 intersections now throughout the city, all of which is also a part of our Sustainable DC plan. LPI, leading pedestrian intervals, is a signal timing technique that gives pedestrians a head start and reduces conflicts with turning vehicles. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the new Hawk signals. They are now being installed in our city and cities across America, and they actually are devices that allow pedestrians to be able to control the signals. We had a very unfortunate situation that happened earlier this year in which a pedestrian was hit by someone who was inebriated and actually didn't even stop. And we are now installing signals that we think will begin to get people to pay better attention to the rights of pedestrians and the safety of pedestrians. I think the important thing is for you that this is a city on the move. This is a city that recognizing being walkable, being livable, and being able to make these opportunities available to people is what's going to make us a continuing, growing, vibrant city. Again, a population that is growing rapidly, a city that is wonderful to live in. I am a native Washingtonian, and it's wonderful to see now people who moved out of the city at some stage moving back to the city and recognizing that they don't need cars in the District of Columbia because we have wonderful modes of transportation. One of those, of course, being the capacity to walk to places because we are such a compact city. So I ask you to enjoy your time here in the city. We also ask you, if you don't live here, to think about moving to the District of Columbia. It is an absolutely great city, and we are getting better every day. So enjoy the rest of your day, and be sure to walk every place you go. Thank you very much.